What's up, YouTube? So, as you can see here, we have a perfect example of why we should get rid of copyright claims altogether. Like copyright claims and censorship, it should just be banned altogether because it's just so misused and abused by so many people to the point that you pretty much can't really have a voice out here anymore. So we have here Amazon copyright claims popular Lord of the Rings channel after negative reaction to San Diego Comic Con trailer. They have a nice article here. We might come back and read through this, but I want to go ahead and take a look at this video right here. Let's see what this guy has to say about this whole entire situation here.
Amazon's The Lord of the Rings of Power on Amazon Prime Video is out, and if possible, it's worse than the first two episodes that came out a week ago. Those first two episodes, which resulted in a week's worth of backlash for Amazon, to the point where they had all these mainstream media outlets running defense for them, where they came out with statements labeling fans racist if you don't like this series. And of course, when they manipulated reviews not only on Amazon-owned IMDb, but of course wouldn't even allow reviews to be shown on their own website. That's how badly the reaction to Rings of Power has been. And we do have an update on that, because even though Amazon said, we're gonna wait 72 hours to filter out the trolls, they didn't wait 72 hours. It was nothing on day 4, nothing on day 5. It wasn't until over a week after this happened, in the middle of the night last night, that finally we get some reviews for Rings of Power. And look at this. Now, this is in the United States. It's different in the UK. I'll show you what it looks like in the UK. Look at this. 5 stars with 2 approved reviews for Rings of Power. Seems normal, right? Seems pretty normal, with it being #1 in the United States right now. They would have 2 5-star reviews. Now, of course, if we scroll down a little bit here, we can see it's much more than just 2 5-star reviews. Right now, I think they're showing something like 44 reviews, which is still laughable. It's
44 reviews. Interesting. Let's keep going.
laughable because these are going all the way back to September 2nd, September 5th. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of reviews out there for this thing, but they are so carefully controlling and manipulating this to try to manage the backlash, to do the damage control. It's so fucking disingenuous. But here you go, 1 star. This guy just says 1 star. That's it. That's his only review. Really wanted to like this. Now here's a very long, dedicated review about how it's 2 stars and bad. Here's 1 star. Terrible. Stick with the old movies. Really good so far for 5 stars. 5 stars, great show. I think it's good. Now, here's the thing. You are going to have these 1-star reviews that are not very detailed. You're also going to have these 5-star reviews that are not very detailed. That's kind of how this works. But before we do dig too much into these reviews, and I want to go to the UK too, because the UK reviews look funny as well, because of course Amazon is lying and manipulating everything. I wanted to really quick talk about a little bit about my feelings about episode 3. The best way to describe this series is boring. And that is one of the biggest problems it has. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to do with, oh, well, is there a big battle in this, or is there going to be a ton of fighting? Because look, in House of the Dragon, you've had portions of that which have not been action-packed at all. Now, of course, you had a big battle scene to end episode 3 of House of the Dragon last week. But in general, you're kind of on the edge of your seat when you're listening to the dialogue in House of the Dragon, because you really are interested and you're bought into these characters and finding out how things play out, how things work out. That's just not the same way in Rings of Power. You have dialogue that is unnecessary, that they think it's supposed to be some kind of wisdom or pseudo-intellectual bullshit, but it's really not. Sometimes you have repeated lines of dialogue for no reason other than
There's a lot of series that are guilty of this. Not only this series, I believe that this is like a trend that's going on right now, because a lot of networks believe that people pretty much have become a lot more dumber than they used to. Can I say dumber on YouTube? I hope not. I hope I don't get I hope I don't get a strike for that. But yeah, it's they think that people is a lot more dumber than people used to be nowadays. You know, because they have this whole woke thing going on here. They have a lot of distractions going on to keep your mind occupied and keep you thinking about other things than the things that really do matter, like actual entertainment, politics, and overall health, mental health, things like that that actually matter. Let's get into this video. We're gonna watch just a few more minutes of this.
Then to continue to boost the runtime, I'm not sure. But you did have Galadriel, and I will say, Galadriel going to Numenor, it never fucking happened. That is not Tolkien. That is not in Middle Earth's history. It is a lie. It's a farce. It never happened. However, the entrance that Galadriel and Halbrand have to Numenor after being picked up by Elendil, that is the highlight of the episode for me. I do feel the effects and the CGI and the scale of everything, with the exception of Khazad-dûm, has been a little bit lackluster. The entry to Numenor, I thought that he did a really good job of showing like the grand, incredible scope and scale of Numenor. I think the music matched when they came in there. I think that that was done well. Unfortunately for Rings of Power, everything else in the show was not. Galadriel, once again, is just the most unlikable bitch you could possibly imagine. Immediately upon entrance to Numenor, she asked to see the manager. Now, there's this scene, the one smile.
Wait. So they put a Karen into the series, asking to see the manager. Are you serious?
Smile we've seen from Galadriel so far was slow motion on horseback, and I think it looked a little creepy because they wanted to show, look, if she's on a horse, she could be happy. I don't know if it had exactly the effect they wanted. We did get introduced to Elendil, who I do think is an interesting character. Now his two kids, Isildur and the made-up daughter that doesn't actually exist, another made-up person that they're trying to insert into this story. You do get introduced to them. You also see Miriel. And this is one of the big problems I think a lot of people, a lot of Tolkien fans should have. She is Queen Regent. She is ruling Numenor right now. This never happened. Now, Miriel should have been the ruler, absolutely should have been the queen, until Pharazôn came and forced her to marry him and became the last actual king of Numenor. Not to say queens never ruled Numenor, they certainly did. I believe it's 22 kings and 3 queens through the history of Numenor's like rulership. They're the people who are leading them. So certainly.
All right, so this is pretty much the video that was copyright striked by Amazon. They do not like they do not like for anyone to comment on their endeavors, which is very unfortunate because people have opinions and people should be allowed to state their opinion without fearing backlash like copyright claims, censorships. They even censoring their wait, let me go back in this article here. They were censoring the what he showed us right up here at the beginning of this. We can go back here.
Seems pretty normal with it being #1 in the United States right now. They would have 2 5-star reviews. Now, of course, if we
they censored their reviews on purpose, just to just to silence people, just to keep their why is it all fuzzy like that on HD?
scroll down a little bit here.
See, you scroll down and then you see all of these other reviews here, but they only have the 2 5-star reviews here on the page. Like, why y'all did not put in the rest of the reviews here? And I'm pretty sure those 2 reviews are maybe from someone at the company. I can guarantee you that is from someone at the company, But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and wrap up this video here. I'll catch you guys in the next one.